Now, we've got our location, we've got our target. It's a suicide mission.
They're all suicide missions.
One shot, one kill.
One shot, one kill. Do you love action and hate pinko commies? Do you love a movie that doesn't think that what it needs is another theater kid and a strong, independent woman playing the hero? Maybe you want to sit down and for 90 minutes watch the best of men on that one last mission? Simple and effective stories. Stories perfectly told. A character study, an action movie, and a little bit of melodrama.
Make a great capper for a fine career.
Told so well that you want to fight your brother after watching it. A movie where one bullet decides the fate of nations. One bullet is the difference between a kid and a man. One bullet means going home or being carried home. Well, I have the movie for you. In the age of talented men, professional men, in peak Hollywood genre comes a movie that hits you like a ton of bricks. The Last of Americana, in a movie so good, and a time where you put your phone down and stop what you're doing when it's on to watch it. Billy Zane and Tom Berenger, a grizzled adventure hero, the last of the classic American hero, passing the torch to the best and brightest of American exceptionalism. A wet behind the ears rookie who learns the value of American grit. They go to hell and back. It's the pinnacle of movies. If you like movies with ball-breaking tension, emotional resonance, and more dead communists than you can shake a stick at. One Jungle One target, one shot, one kill. It's Sniper, 1993.
You're losing it! Pull it together!
Te muevas!
I keep telling you, man, I don't watch new movies anymore. Not because the old movies are nostalgic, it's not because CGI has ruined practical effects, and it's not because too many people like to crap out movies that wink to the audience and convince you to hate America. It's because new movies think you're an idiot. They think you can't put down the avocado toast and stop fingering your smartphone long enough to watch a compelling story. They don't even bother nowadays with making the action drive the story, and not the story as a placeholder for flash-in-the-pan action that's equivalent to jangling keys in front of a toddler to make him clap like a seal.
We're getting a little long in the tooth for this kind of thing, Tom.
I've said it before in my Rambo 3 Gonza review. The Cold War was an intense and tension-building time where every story had the undercurrents of nuclear annihilation behind them, and it gave you the catharsis that it craves. And very few movies are competent in 2025. Like, we didn't know how good we had it. When the TV would randomly put a movie in front of you and you just watched it. Like, we used to consider this stuff to be disposable entertainment. We didn't know how good we had it. Remember in movies where they talk about Panama like it's some distant memory? Well, this is that memory, and it's fucking awesome. It's written by Michael Frost Beckner and Crash Leyland, and directed by Louis Yosa. Even the people making this movie were action heroes. Beckner, Leyland, Crash, Frost, and these type of films, they're never coming back. Frost and Crash were behind some of the greats that we didn't really appreciate at the time either. I mean, they were the writers of Cutthroat Island, the movie that brought back the pirate. It crawled so that Pirates of the Caribbean could fly. And Spy Game, the movie that brought back the espionage thriller. Like, it crawled so that Jason Bourne could fly. This movie made just $18 million and spawned a direct-to-DVD franchise. But the reason these movies aren't made anymore is because streaming killed that business model. Like, this movie did okay in the theater, but it made 10 times that in video sales and syndication. So what is Sniper? Well, Tom Berenger is a man whose only passion in life is to kill. Billy Zane is the best and the brightest of the new America. Reagan taught us that it's okay to love your country, and this team of movie makers gave us exactly what we needed. Tough guy. Thomas Beckett is a U.S. Marine living in the Panamanian jungle. His job is to seek out rebels and remove them using his sniper skills. Beckett is notorious for losing his partners on missions. This time he's accompanied by a crack marksman, Richard Miller, who's an office type. Together they plan to seek out an important rebel leader while avoiding a rogue marksman who frequents this part of the jungle. If you've wondered why Trump is fighting so hard to remove commies from the control of the Panama Canal, this is because they tried it once before. It's a military drama. It's the story of a grizzled tough guy veteran learning to put away the sword and embrace the plowshare. A story of a starry-eyed rookie getting a trial by fire. The theme, in a word, legacy. You don't see it with the boomers. They hold on to the reins of power into their 70s while their millennial children are left to flounder. In this case, the silent generation mentored Generation X. They pass the torch. You think you're watching men with guns, but what you're really watching is the future of what could have been, what should have been. And it's awesome. I only wish this resonated with the boomers. So the characters. A character is two things. A character is a want and a character is a need. A character arc is about that character getting what he wants and learning it's not what he needs. A successful arc is getting that need, and a tragic arc is making a fatal mistake and losing it. So, Tom Berenger is Sergeant Beckett, a tough-as-nails sniper in the Panamanian jungle. He's born to kill communists, and he wants to finish that mission, but what he needs is to go home. He's every character you grew up loving. He's Commando, he's Rambo, he's Batman, but he's old, and all of his teammates have been killed. He's all alone, and all he has left now is the kill. They pair him with a competent rookie, and he has to train him to survive, to finish the mission, to pass the torch. He knows the eggheads in Washington don't know the jungle, not like him. He ignores their recommendations because he knows where to land. He knows that Miller is going to get killed unless he steps up. So, throughout the mission, he sacrifices everything to save Miller and to finish the mission. And after a series of sniper engagements, he manages to do what he's meant to do, but it costs him. So, afterwards, he's captured by American mercenary traitor Serrano, and he loses his finger. But now he has to get Miller and him off of this island and back home. He's lost so many teammates, but not this time. He realizes that getting the mission done is his want, but it's not enough. He finds out his need: to get his partner home. Billy Zane is Richard Miller, a top of his class, groomed for leadership guy. He has to get a mission under his belt to reach the heights of his career. He wants to be the best, and this mission is his way to get there, but he needs more. He needs to learn how to survive. He needs to learn how to get the job done. He needs grit. He needs to be tough enough. And this whole time, he learns that he does not have what it takes to take the shot. Multiple targets manage to escape, causing damage to the mission. Beckett gets captured trying to save him and finish the mission. So while he got what he wanted, as far as he's concerned, as Washington's concerned, the mission's a success and his target's gone, but he learns that's not enough. He learns that what he needs is grit. It drives him crazy and it almost gets him killed, and finally he has to make that decision. Does he go back home and become the spy he's always wanted to be? Or does he learn how to be the hero and gets what he needs? So he makes the right choice. He saves Beckett and gets them back home. It's a simple story with simple characters, masterfully executed, and my friend, it rocks. A pause. Look, I'm going to be real with you. I hate movie reviews on YouTube. I looked this up when I was writing the script, and it's exactly what you think it is. Theater kids, socialist commies focusing on all the wrong details. You got commie channels like Insider talking about the realism of the scenarios. You got theater kids reading the Wikipedia page and pretending it's insight. Lazy people wearing this movie like a skin suit. Like, it deserves better. The nerds all talk about this film pretending that what matters is the specific type of sniper rifle, the bullet, or how realistic it looks. They ignore the story. They're the same kind of people who look at wrestling and get mad because it's not real. Like, they completely miss the point. And then again, I don't live my life based on the ideology of hating my dad, hating America, and thinking that a Che Guevara shirt will get me laid from that chick who smells like patchouli across the way. So what do I know? Now, some movies have setups and payoffs, and this movie does it different. It mostly has reveals. As the plot progresses, new information is drip-fed to the audience. You find out that Miller is unable to get the kill when the chopper is shot at by rebels. Like, he has the shot, but he doesn't take it. His gunner gets the shot, but everybody assumes that Miller is the one who took it, and they make him look like a hero. But it's all fake. Later on, Beckett, you find out he's on a routine mission, and after he gets his kill, the military screws up his exfil and gets his partner killed. And later on, you see he has a handful of dog tags on his little charm bracelet, symbols of how trusting the eggheads in Washington have only gotten his friends and Americans killed. So later on, he ignores orders, which bothers Miller, who thinks that Beckett's actually going to get him killed when he doesn't realize it's the American government. So as things progress, you start to see why, and you see these characters go through and balance with each other. Beckett's actually trying to save them both, but Miller doesn't think so. A sniper shot from a moving chopper. Damn, he's good. Except for he isn't. And then, when they have to hit 2 targets of opportunity, Miller screws it up again. His flaws are getting revealed, and then eventually in the compound, he actually takes the shot and gets the kill, but it breaks him. He goes crazy, tries to kill Beckett, but Beckett brings him back from the breach, getting himself captured in order to save Miller. And in the beginning, Command told Miller that he's authorized to kill Beckett if he gets in the way of the mission. So you see that reveal. Does he continue to be Beckett's enemy? Or does he learn to get past his flaw? Instead of getting what he wants, finding out what he needs. And when he makes that decision, it makes sense. Beckett is teaching him to be the best. And loyalty becomes more important than his promotion.
Felt it when I had you in my cross. After you pull the trigger, when the rush is over, it hurts.
Hurt you're feeling now ain't the worst pain. The worst thing is not feeling the hurt anymore.
Oh, and the plot. Oh, baby. This movie's a beast. This movie's a beast. Like, the plot points and the character arcs are so interconnected. I had to move all the stuff into here, man. Like, it starts with a mission gone wrong. Beckett and his second get a kill in Panama. They return to their exfil, which was supposed to happen at night, but the pilot showed up early, which attracted attention. Beckett gets on the chopper and his partner gets shot. You understand everything you need to know right at the start. He's the best. He's been here forever, and the Washington eggheads are getting his partners killed because they just don't listen. So back in Washington, Miller's holding on to his Olympic medal for marksmanship, a symbol of him being the best, but he's not battle-hardened. National Security Council gives him command of the mission, take out the heads of the cartel in Panama. He'll be the CO for the mission and a spotter for Beckett. And then they warn him, if Beckett gets in the way, he's allowed to kill him. It sets up an internal conflict. Be the man with the promotion, or be an American. Beckett's briefed on his end. They let him know, like, you're getting long in the tooth. This is supposed to be your last mission, a fine capper for his career, and it's not optional. So as Miller gets the flight down to the base in Panama, he's razzed by the Marines on board. Some gunfire takes out all of these guys, and Miller has to get his rifle at the ready, but he can't take the shot, getting everybody else killed. His gunner gets a shot up before he dies, but Miller gets the credit for some crazy shot. He knows he's an imposter, but everybody thinks he's great, except for Beckett. So when he arrives, he's given the cold shoulder by everybody and warned that being Beckett's spotter means he's probably gonna die. Sets that up as conflict. Beckett and him meet, get ready to go. Miller's confused though. They don't take the chopper like they were briefed on. He shows his designer scarf, and Beckett throws it out the window. He's learning that Washington has no idea what they're doing, and Beckett is doing it his way, the only way they will survive, but Miller doubts him. He has to learn, like, which side do I trust? The people that gave me everything? Or in his heart of hearts, does he know? The guy who actually is competent. So Beckett takes a detour to talk to some locals. They fight some more on that. They promise to get the Beckett and Miller to the shooting point without getting killed, landmines, patrols, whatever. So in return, they have to take out 2 targets of opportunity. One, a sociopath traitor and a mercenary, Serrano. And Beckett tells Miller that he knows he didn't take that shot on the chopper. This is his chance to prove he's got what it takes. He's basically training him. But he takes a warning shot accidentally, and then they're unsure if he actually got the kill afterwards, or if Serrano got away. So after taking a bunch of fire, the locals lose some men, and then they refuse to help any further. Again, because Beckett doesn't take the shot, other people are getting killed, and it's costing the mission. So now they're on their own. Now they're on their own. And they hear some shots in the background. Those locals that helped them all got taken out by another sniper that's in the area, who's been trailing them. He was trained by Beckett, and he was one of the best of the communists, so they have to take him out if they expect to get there. So then The movie has this game of cat and mouse. Beckett and Miller have some chats, find out more about the character, find out Miller went to the same university in Montana. Beckett talks about his retirement plans, and Miller finds out he's also full of shit. So now they both have something. So Miller is full of shit as in he can't take the shot, and Beckett is full of shit in that all he has is the mission. He doesn't know how to put it down. So now they both understand that they had better get their shit together or neither of them is getting out of this jungle. They continue on. They stop by the village to meet with their contact, a priest who has the intel they need to finish the mission. But it's clear that El Curano wasn't killed by Miller. Miller chickens out, but Beckett drags him to the mission anyway. He knows it's a suicide mission, but that's the job. Beckett is teaching him grit. And that night, Beckett sets up a trap to catch the sniper that's been following him, using Miller as bait, which pisses off Miller, because he keeps thinking like he's going to put me on that keychain. I just know it. Miller isn't sure that Beckett won't turn him into another dog tag. So next scene, they arrive at the hacienda. They have to split up and take shots at John. El Serrano turns out to be alive. Beckett has his shot blocked by a truck and is forced to crawl through the field to get to a better shot in a very tension-building scene where he avoids dogs, he avoids patrols, and he gets in position. He notices, though, Miller is fully exposed and he's going to be killed by an enemy sniper, so he has to make a choice. Does he do this mission, his single focus, his only reason to live right now, or does he save his spotter? And he doesn't want another dog tag, so he ignores his target and he saves Miller. Miller takes his shot and then has to escape to the rendezvous point, and the kill breaks something inside of him. Beckett says the mission's over, but Miller wants to quit. He's scared. He's turning away from the call. So they've both missed a target. They've both screwed up, and they both realize 2 more targets, 2 shots. Miller doesn't want to end up on a keychain though, so he tries to kill Beckett, using up all his ammunition. Beckett, seeing that he just needs to pull himself together, he still saves him, and he gets caught by the enemy in the tussle. But before they take him away, he leaves a single bullet on the sand for Miller to find. Now Miller has to make a choice. Does he care about the mission, his promotion, and Washington? No, he decides to save Beckett and finish the mission. He's gotten his need after finding out his want isn't that important anymore. So Beckett, tortured by Curano, a corkscrew drives into and disables its shooting finger. Miller realizes he's got to step up and be the sniper now. He's all that's left. So he knifes one of the targets, and then looks at Beckett, and Beckett tells him, 1 shot, 2 kills. Kill him and Serrano, but he refuses. Kills that mercenary, and then he takes Beckett to the rendezvous. No man's getting left behind. And in a reflection of the first mission at the beginning, Beckett sees that Miller is going to get shot. And he no longer has a shooting hand, so he has to make a desperate last shot with his other hand. He saves Miller, and they both board the chopper to leave. And then at the end, a little bit of banter with, hey, there's always Montana. So this is great. Beckett gets to go home and live a life after the war. His fight's over. Miller gets to be the super soldier that everybody tells him he is.
Beckett, as far as Montana.
Now, dude, this film is great. It's got simple character arcs and it's executed well. Like there was a brief period in history where the world had men forged from war and hardship, trained by the best in the business. They crafted some of the best creative works that mankind has ever known, where men could watch a drama without communist babble, without snarky women and theater kids. It was just men, flawed men but competent men overcoming the hardship and their flaws and coming out with what they needed. Like, it resonates hard. They took the world of the 20th century and the largest war on the history of the earth, and they created a masterpiece that combines the simplicity of mindless action, the tension that only a sniper could deliver on, and a time period that isn't talked about nearly as much as it deserves. Not only that, but they did it in a way that was accessible to everybody. It doesn't matter what sniper rifles they use. It was the one, like, this was the time where we peaked, I would argue, as a society. The themes are ordinary, they're presented as extraordinary, the story is timeless yet exactly of its time. Like, what can I say, man? Enjoy it, because I damn well did. Cheers, fellas.
And 74 confirmed kills.
It's not about numbers. The only one that really mattered was the first one. That was the toughest one for you, right?
When the rush is over, it hurts.